Good evening. This is Akashvani. I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Government approves 37,952 crore rupees nutrient-based subsidy on fertilisers for Rabi season 2025-26. Cabinet gives nod to terms of reference of 8th Central Pay Commission. Heavy rainfall lashes coastal districts of Andhra Pradesh as landfall of Cyclone Montha begins. Red alert issued for 19 districts of Andhra and 5 districts of Odisha. NDRF deploys 26 teams across 6 states and union territories to tackle impact of Cyclone Montha. Mahagathbandhan releases joint manifesto for Bihar assembly polls. Vows to bring legislation within 20 days to provide a permanent job per family. NDA calls it unrealistic. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited signs MOU with Russia's United Aircraft Corporation for production of SJ-100 civil commuter aircraft in India. And India's industrial output grows 4% in September, led by manufacturing. And now the news in detail. The Union Cabinet has approved the terms of reference of 8th Central Pay Commission. Briefing the media after the Cabinet meeting in New Delhi today, Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said the Commission will make its recommendations within 18 months from the date of its constitution. He informed that the Commission will comprise 1 chairperson, 1 part-time member and 1 member secretary.
8th Pay Commission को
Today, the Honorable Prime Minister approved the 8th Pay Commission. The composition, terms of reference and duration of the Commission have all been finalized today. This is an important decision and almost all state governments have expressed their support for it. The Commission will submit its report within 18 months. Justice Ranjana Prasad Desai has been appointed as a chairperson, while Professor Pulak Ghosh and Mr. Pankaj Jain, Secretary of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, will serve as members.
Who is Secretary Petroleum and Natural Gas, he will be the members.
The Cabinet also approved the nutrient-based subsidy rates for Rabi season 2025-26 on phosphatic and potassic fertilisers. Mr. Vaishnaw said the Cabinet has approved a subsidy of about 37,952 crore rupees for Rabi 2025 and the rates will be applicable from 1st of October.
आज जो फैसला लिया गया है वो है
The decision taken today is regarding the nutrient-based subsidy NBS scheme. Under the scheme, subsidies for phosphorus, potash and sulfur covering 28 grades of P and K fertilizers have been approved. The Cabinet has approved a total outlay of 37,952 crore and the new rates will be applicable from October 1st, 2025. This entire program will provide significant relief to our farmers during this Rabi season.
में बहुत बड़ी राहत मिलेगी.
Coastal districts of Andhra Pradesh are witnessing a heavy rainfall and powerful winds as the landfall process of Cyclone Montha commenced near Kakinada. It is expected to cross Andhra Pradesh coast between Machilipatnam and Kalingapatnam around Kakinada as a severe cyclonic storm. The system will take another 3 to 4 hours to fully cross the coast. The IMD has issued red alerts for 19 coastal districts, warning of extremely heavy rainfall, flooding and possible storm surges. Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu and Deputy Chief Minister K. Pavan Kalyan reviewed the situation from the Real-Time Governance Centre in Amravati, directing officials to ensure continuous monitoring, immediate restoration measures and drone-based damage assessments. Our Vijayawada correspondent has filed this report.
The cyclone is currently battering areas near Kakinada with wind speeds ranging between 90 and 100 kilometers per hour. Heavy to very heavy rainfall is expected to continue through the night and into the early morning. Nellore district has recorded the highest rainfall so far. Montha is affecting 400 mandals across 22 districts. The state government has set up nearly 500 control rooms and 1200 relief centers, moving about 75,000 people to safer shelters. Road, rail and air services have been suspended in affected areas. Authorities have issued mobile alerts to 3.6 crore people, urging them to stay indoors and remain vigilant. Allu Murli, Akashvani News, Vijayawada.
In Odisha, heavy rainfall continues to lash the southern districts as severe cyclonic storm Montha begins its landfall near Kakinada in the neighbouring Andhra Pradesh. In view of the impending situation, the Odisha government has evacuated residents from low-lying and landslide-prone areas across 8 districts: Malkangiri, Koraput, Raigad, Gajapati, Ganjam, Nabarangpur, Kalahandi and Kandhamal. Reports of landslides, damage to thatched houses and uprooted trees have emerged from several southern districts due to intense rain and strong winds. India Meteorological Department has issued red alert for heavy rainfall in 5 districts today. More from our correspondent.
The Odisha government has taken all necessary steps for a zero casualty in the state during the process of severe cyclonic storm Montha, which is likely to cross the southern districts of Odisha between late tonight and early tomorrow morning. The administration's focus is on Malkangiri, Koraput, Raigada, Ganjam, Gajapati, Kandhamal, Kalahandi and Nabarangpur districts for the relief and rescue operations, which are most likely to be affected by Montha. Chief Minister Mohan Charan Majhi is also personally monitoring the situation after taking a high-level review meeting at Bhubaneswar today to assess the state's preparedness for the severe cyclonic storm. Meanwhile, Indian Railways have cancelled 61 trains and diverted few others. Fishermen have been advised not to venture into the sea till 30th of this month. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued red alert to Ganjam, Gajapati, Koraput, Malkangiri and Raigada districts of Odisha for today. Prakash Das, Akashvani News, Bhubaneswar.
In Tamil Nadu, Chennai and surrounding areas have been receiving light to moderate showers today. Meanwhile, the National Disaster Response Force has deployed 26 teams in 6 states and union territories in view of Cyclone Montha. 12 teams have been deployed in Andhra Pradesh and 6 in Odisha. Teams of NDRF have also been deployed in Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Chhattisgarh and Puducherry. Speaking to media in New Delhi, NDRF Commandant Gyaneshwar Singh said around 19 teams have been kept on reserve.
NDRF has been on alert since this formation of the Cyclone Montha has started, and we are observing the bulletins which are being issued by the IMD a bit. However, the current gusty winds, they are flowing at around 90 to 110 kilometers per hour, and it is moving northwestwards and likely to strike the coast of Andhra Pradesh. So total our 26 teams are presently deployed in active ops, and we are having around 19 teams in reserve.
Union Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has directed all railway officials to take necessary precautions in view of the impending cyclone Montha's impact, particularly along the east coast in Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Telangana. The minister said this while reviewing railways' preparedness in view of the impending cyclone through video conferencing. Mr. Vaishnaw instructed all railway zones to remain on high alert and ensure swift restoration of train services after the cyclone. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at EIR News Alerts. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsoneir.gov.in and download the News on EIR app. In Bihar, leaders from various political parties, including constituent parties of NDA and Mahagathbandhan, campaigned today in poll-bound constituencies ahead of the state assembly polls. With the conclusion of the Chhath festival today, election campaigning is expected to gain momentum from tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Mahagathbandhan released its joint election manifesto, focusing on key issues such as employment, healthcare, education and social welfare. Our correspondent has the details.
All 7 parties of the Mahagathbandhan, including Rashtriya Janata Dal and Congress, jointly released the manifesto. The manifesto promises to provide permanent jobs to 1 member of every family in Bihar, with legislation to be enacted within 20 days of formation of the government. The Mahagathbandhan chief ministerial candidate Tejaswi Prasad Yadav said that the aim of the manifesto is to make Bihar the number 1 state in the country. BJP senior leader and Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary said that there is nothing new in the manifesto. BJP leader and Union Minister Nityanand Rai alleged that there is nothing realistic in the opposition's manifesto, calling it an attempt to mislead the people of Bihar. On the other hand, Prashant Kishore, founder of the Jan Suraj party, while addressing a rally in Araria in support of his party's candidate, alleged that both the BJP and AIMIM have betrayed the people of the Simachal region. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, Akashvani News, Patna.
Hindustan Aeronautics Limited (HAL) has signed an MOU with Russian public joint stock company United Aircraft Corporation for the production of SJ-100 civil commuter aircraft in India. In a social media post, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that the SJ-100 will be a game changer for short-haul connectivity under the Udan scheme and marks a major stride towards achieving Atmanirbharta in civil aviation sector. President Draupadi Murmu will visit Ambala in Haryana tomorrow and will take a sortie in Rafale. She last took a sortie in Sukhoi 30 Mach 1 fighter aircraft at the Tezpur Air Force Station in Assam in April 2023. The GST Bachat Utsav began on 22nd of last month, following a reduction in GST rates across multiple sectors, benefiting citizens across the country. Today, our correspondent brings a report on how the new GST rates in the housing sector are helping the common man.
The next generation GST reforms have delivered substantial relief to the housing sector by lowering tax rates on construction materials and services, making homes and infrastructure more affordable. Under the new GST reforms, the tax rate on job work for bricks has been reduced from 12% to 5%, making house constructions cheaper. Similarly, marble and granite blocks now attract only 5% GST instead of previously taxed 12%. This decision is reducing flooring and finishing cost. To cut building cost and ease the burden on home buyers and developers, the government has reduced the GST on cement from 28% to 18%. With Rohan and Samarth, Cyclone Montha, Akashvani News, Delhi.
Niti Aayog released twin reports on India's services sector today, assessing the sector from the macro lens of output and employment. In an exclusive interview with Akashvani News, Dr. Arvind Veermani, member Niti Aayog, said, for the first time, a services division has been set up to systematically study the internal service sector.
For the first time, probably, we have set up a services division. There are ministries for manufacturing, agriculture, and some specific services, but there is no really body which has a full-time job to look exclusively at the service sector. So the idea is to focus on services per se. And as part of this, we have geared up to write a series of reports going deeply into the sector. This is the first time we are systematically studying the internal service sector.
Tune into 100.1 Akashvani FM Gold at 9:30 p.m. today to listen to this exclusive interview. At the Rashtriya Ekta Divas Parade on the National Unity Day on Friday, the 31st October, a special Border Security Force BSF contingent of Indigenous Canine Squad K9s will be on display, showcasing discipline, agility and India's growing confidence in native breeds. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had hailed the increased inclusion of indigenous dogs in BSF CRPF in the 127th episode of his Man Ki Baat program on Akashvani on Sunday.
पिछले वर्ष लखनऊ में ऑल इंडिया पुलिस ड्यूटी मीट का आयोजन हुआ था। उस समय रिया नाम की श्वान ने लोगों का ध्यान अपनी ओर खींचा था। ये एक मुधोल हाउंड है जिसे बीएसएफ ने ट्रेन किया है। रिया ने यहाँ कई फॉरेन ब्रीड्स को पछाड़ते हुए पहला पुरस्कार जीता। बीएसएफ और सीआरपीएफ ने इस दिशा में जो प्रयास किए हैं उसके लिए मैं उन्हें बधाई देता हूँ।
India's industrial production growth measured by the Index of Industrial Production IIP grew 4% on an annual basis in September this year, led by manufacturing sector. Meanwhile, the IIP growth rate has been upwardly revised to 4.1% for August this year. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Government approves 37,952 crore rupees nutrient-based subsidy on fertilisers for Rabi season 2025-26. Cabinet gives nods to terms of reference of 8th Central Pay Commission. Heavy rainfall lashes coastal districts of Andhra Pradesh as landfall of Cyclone Montha begins. Red alert issued for 19 districts of Andhra and 5 districts of Odisha. NDRF deploys 26 teams across 6 states and union territories to tackle impact of Cyclone Montha. Mahagathbandhan releases joint manifesto for Bihar assembly polls, vows to bring legislation within 20 days to provide a permanent job per family. NDA calls it unrealistic, and India's industrial output grows 4% in September. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.